Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a scenario where Côte d'Ivoire forms an empire. Why Côte d'Ivoire? Well, I've got a wheel. It landed on Côte d'Ivoire, and I have every single country in the world in it. And today it chose Côte d'Ivoire, as you'd call the Ivory Coast in English, I guess. But the Ivory Coast literally is like this coast. So yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at this scenario. Okay, so I just took a while to highlight in yellow like the main cities and capitals of every country bordering Côte d'Ivoire and more, so please appreciate that. And so the first thing that's gonna happen in this video is Côte d'Ivoire declaring war on Liberia. Côte d'Ivoire state that Liberia is a criminal country that was built on lies and it's illegitimate and it deserves to be dismantled. And Liberia's like, what the hell are you talking about? And for a while, nothing really happens along the borders. You can see Côte d'Ivoire took like a while to militarize, and like in the borders, the military like was normal as always, like just all around here. But as you can see, it's mostly concentrated around the major cities, and what Côte d'Ivoire is gonna do and is gonna be doing is concentrate the military more along the border with Liberia and eventually make it less and less dominant around the cities, just stacking it all over to the border with Liberia. At the end, when it's like this, and Liberia didn't really get time to prepare, their weaker military was like this, but in way less numbers. And after they got the declaration of war, it was like this. And Côte d'Ivoire immediately benefit from this and start invading deep into Liberia territory. Like literally there's nothing out here, just like natural parks. And so then they like with the Liberian military, and this is when like a bit of the fighting happens, and the Liberian military can like push a little bit, but at the end they like get crushed by Côte d'Ivoire. A second round of soldiers comes out, and Côte d'Ivoire is happy that like their country is mostly protected through this line here, but Côte d'Ivoire managed to just push it all out, and at the end you got like a huge concentration of troops lining up in the capital. But at the end, like Côte d'Ivoire pushed into the capital and they managed to capture it, and Liberia just surrenders. And in this peace treaty, Côte d'Ivoire fully annexed 100% of Liberia into their territory, making it like an autonomous state but still part of Côte d'Ivoire. And so here is a military map of Côte d'Ivoire's new territory, and they're gonna wanna like keep more soldiers in Liberia, so they're gonna send like a lot of soldiers over here and keep their borders secure, of course. So since they have troops over here, no uprising can happen, and they're gonna start assimilating into Côte d'Ivoire. It's gonna be hard because Côte d'Ivoire speaks French, but they're gonna do something and fix it. And so after months of assimilation, the map is gonna look like this, and Sierra Leone next door is gonna realize something fishy is happening because a huge concentration of troops is happening at their border. And here's a naval map of Côte d'Ivoire, and what they're gonna do is sneakily project their navy over to the capital of Sierra Leone, and then when Sierra Leone notices it, they're like, get out, get out, get out. Côte d'Ivoire doesn't get out, and like eventually shots are fired and both countries are at war. And this is gonna be easy for Côte d'Ivoire. Like the capital of Sierra Leone is immediately captured and troops move in, even though Sierra Leone had realized something was fishy and started building up troops early. It like doesn't really help them since they're so much smaller, and they start losing their major cities and large encirclements are made and large amounts of troops get wiped out. And once the last major city is captured, Sierra Leone is going to fully surrender to Côte d'Ivoire. And in this peace peace treaty, they're gonna fully annex the country of Sierra Leone into their territory. Now, next thing Côte d'Ivoire is gonna do is they're gonna start befriending the country of Mali, as well as the country of Niger, as well as the country of Benin. Can you guys see what's going on here? As well as Ghana and Togo. And eventually they all declare war on the country of Burkina Faso. Côte d'Ivoire sends large amounts of troops that they conscripted from their city over here, right next to the border of Burkina Faso. And Burkina Faso just gets invaded on all fronts by all these big African powers, including Ghana and Benin and our huge Côte d'Ivoire. Mali is gonna do an okay job considering their military past, and then Burkina Faso is just gonna fall into chaos. This purple country is gonna declare its independence, and they're gonna participate in the invasion of Burkina Faso, and they are pretty strong. But the other countries just are doing so much better, and Côte d'Ivoire manages to capture 2 major cities and make a major encirclement, and troops from Ghana and Togo are aiming for the capital of Ouagadougou. But this rebel country starts aiming for it, and Ghana and Togo tell it, if you do anything to the capital, we're gonna kill you, we're gonna declare war on you, or we're gonna invade you. If you stay away from it, we'll make peace with you while still advancing. The rebel country doesn't care. They claim it, and they get it because they claim to be the new Burkina Faso with a completely new name. Niger and Benin start a good campaign in the east, capturing what's mostly desert, but making big encirclements and capturing key strategic areas from Burkina Faso. And the purple country starts aiming for this other major city, and Ghana's like, we're gonna destroy you. And so when Ghana makes contact with this purple country, they start a huge bloody genocide against them, and they start killing them all in massive numbers. And the purple country's like, okay, chill, we'll go back. But Ghana's like, no, hell no, you're done. And so they start advancing into it, and they go and capture their major city, and they even connect up with Mali, who agree to fight this country even though they're kind of weak, but the rebel group is now falling apart. But you see Côte d'Ivoire just peacefully continuing their operations, being literally chill. Burkina Faso even pushes out, the purple pushes into their territory and start invading purple territory proper, and they capture the western part since it got split into 2. And so the purple team is suffering, and so Burkina Faso also starts falling. This other city is captured, and at the end they fully surrender. But they keep claiming this part over here. But no one cares what Burkina Faso claims, and most countries agree on partitioning the area like this into these different parts. But no one cares what Burkina Faso wants, and most countries agree to divide the place into these different areas. Ignore the color choices, they don't mean anything. But this is what every country except for Côte d'Ivoire agrees upon. Because as you can see, Ghana, one of the main contributors of this war, is getting most of the territory from it. And Côte d'Ivoire is like, no way. If you want to claim the capital, you're gonna have to give us this other city, do something. Eventually, after years of border disputes, they accept to give Togo this land, Benin this land, Niger this land, and Mali this land. So here are the updated 4 countries that got out of this peacefully. But now you got a big border dispute with Ghana, because Ghana starts to settle into this territory and Côte d'Ivoire into this one. And after finding no solution to this dispute, they end up going to war about it. And both sides claim exactly what they were attributed at first, but Ghana doesn't want to give the rest of this territory to Côte d'Ivoire. So Côte d'Ivoire recruits a massive military into this area, and they start blitzing through the place and literally grabbing as much as they can, super strong. which like gets the people there kind of mad. All of these other countries can't join in on the war since they are on peace treaty, but Côte d'Ivoire forgot that they left their southern part kind of unprotected, and one of the major cities got captured, which is going to make them slow down on their advance in the north, which is going to benefit Ghana a lot. But they managed to like get this all back. Yeah. And this is when Ghana starts to perish, because they are gonna go deeper and farther into Ghana, since that's what Ghana did. And like the peace treaty was that they wouldn't touch each other, they would fight for what they wanted. And so 2 major cities in Ghana got captured by Côte d'Ivoire, as well as 1 city in Ghana's occupied territory, as they call it. And so big strong coalitions from Côte d'Ivoire start forming in Ghana, and then they start aiming towards the capital. Togo realize what's going on, and they're like, oh yeah, free land, I want this. And so they start reaching for Ouagadougou, the old capital of Burkina Faso. And that is claimed by Côte d'Ivoire. And so Côte d'Ivoire is like, okay, we're going to destroy literal Togo soon. And Togo is also going to start aiming for the capital of Ghana. And they're going to push further into the border of Ghana and from their capital, Lomé. But Ghana's like, hell no, we're not going to let Togo do this. And so they're going to put every single troop of theirs into this Operation Lomé, which is the capital of Togo. And they capture Lomé, as well as the full coastline of Togo. And then Togo's like, shoot, we're kind of dead now. But they keep being strategic in this area, and they can like push deeper towards the capital of Ghana. Ghana, however, encircled this big, strong push, which finally gets to the city, but they get crushed by the people, and Ghana don't get the city. Ghana don't lose the city. I mean, they lost it for a brief second. Meanwhile, Côte d'Ivoire just dedicates everything they got towards the capital of Ghana, and they managed to get it. And they managed to cut Ghana in 2, the northern part and the southern part. Eventually, they separate it so well that both parts like separate from each other. And the southern part wants peace with Côte d'Ivoire, which Côte d'Ivoire will accept a ceasefire, which is temporary for 36 months. So then this country can start like building up and like enjoying love, yay. They have the capital of Togo though, and Togo have like a slither of their land, so they're kind of fighting Togo. And Togo, like, they start to fall too, and like Ghana can start fighting Togo again, and they get big chunks from Togo as well as the capital of Burkina Faso back. But Côte d'Ivoire ultimately gets to the capital of Burkina Faso, and they make a big encirclement full of Ghanaian soldiers who perish, and they start like a big incursion into Ghana as well as the part of Togo that Ghana occupied. At the end, all of old Burkina Faso is red, and Côte d'Ivoire is destroying Blue Ghana, and at the end Blue Ghana surrenders to Côte d'Ivoire. And at the end, what do we got here? We've got Côte d'Ivoire against Orange Ghana, which is in ceasefire still, but also against Togo. And so what do they do when they have nothing to do? They start invading Togo, as well as reinforcing into the areas surrounding Orange Ghana. And so they capture multiple key cities in Togo, and they kind of like are fighting with Orange Ghana, who are really good at fighting apparently. But then a shot gets fired. It is speculated that Côte d'Ivoire might have known about this shot, and Orange Ghana wants peace really bad, but Côte d'Ivoire see their opportunity. They capture the capital of Togo, and then they start destroying like most of the cities inside of Orange Ghana, and literally the only Ghana that's left, so just Ghana. And once all major cities get captured, Orange Ghana surrender. And in this peace treaty, all of Togo, plus their occupied territory of Burkina Faso, plus all of Ghana and their occupied territory of Burkina Faso get incorporated into Côte d'Ivoire. And Côte d'Ivoire is literally OP right now. And so Côte d'Ivoire is going to do one last thing today, and what they're going to do is they're going to send over an ultimatum to Guinea, and they're gonna tell him, either you become our puppet or we'll invade you. And Guinea had been preparing because they saw the hostility of Côte d'Ivoire, and so they're like, no, we'll fight, which ends up being a bad idea for Guinea, because the capital of Conakry gets captured, this major city here, this major city here, this major city here, and then literally a big encirclement gets made thanks to the border drawing. A lot of troops die, another city gets captured, the coastline perishes, they're left with like mostly desert, and so they surrender. That was a very quick invasion, but yeah, and in this peace treaty, well, you look at that, it's fully annexed into Côte d'Ivoire. And here it is, the flag of Côte d'Ivoire on this map. Kind of looks fake. I mean, it is fake. It's supposed to be fake. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!